When you're a young teenage girl, you usually never think your ex will hurt you. Well, I mean hurt you physically. I've been told I was a smart teenager. When people show a danger to myself or family, I cut them loose. Pretty normal, I guess. Well, because I angered the wrong person, my life is now a living hell. I'm a 15-year-old. I was dating a guy who was friends with me for 4.5 months. Now, I did love and care about him, but he started acting strangely. He would get incredibly jealous when I talked to guy friends, even my cousins. Sometimes he'd hold my hand tightly, and when I told him to loosen his grip, he'd pretend he would not hear me. I told my friends, and many of them told me he possibly was cheating on me, he was abusive towards other exes, etc. I brought this up to him, and he became angry. I hated when he was angry. He would become very irrational and would not care about my feelings or how it would set off my anxiety. So when he became angry, I became scared. He was very defensive, telling me I was stupid for even thinking he would cheat. I told him I wanted to leave and go to my class. This is where things began turning bad. He grabbed my shoulders really roughly. I asked him to let go, and he refused. He said I couldn't leave, that we had to talk. He wouldn't just let go. I said one more time, "Let me go, please." He tightened his grip, and I whimpered as his grip kept tightening. I squirmed around, and his grip released, and I ran to my classroom. My day that day was one I had hoped to forget. He wouldn't stop following me. He said he was sorry, but then would turn violent. He would grab at me, yell at me, try and manipulate me. I said a few words. Those few words that ruined me. It's over. I went home that day shaking. I was terrified. And that's when I got a text. "Look out your window." I did the stupid thing. I poked my head out my window, and there was my ex and his friend. My first reaction was to grab a weapon, considering that my young brothers were home with me, and my first instinct was to protect them no matter what. But it wasn't them he was after. He wanted to hurt me, and only me. They grabbed my wrist and pulled me out the window. I tried screaming before they covered my mouth. My ex held my arms down and covered my mouth. They took me to the side of the house where no one could see me. His friend slapped me across the face as I began to cry. I squirmed, kicked, begged, but nothing worked. He put a knife to my throat, the cold blade pressed tightly, ready to slit if I made a sound. I whimpered, "Shut your damn mouth. You deserve all of this, you slut. No one gets away with hurting my friends. And now you're getting what you deserve." He smirked and pressed the blade harder against my throat. And I'm going to enjoy every minute. Luckily, before he got too far, my parents' car engine roared as they pulled into the driveway. They left, and I collapsed to the ground. I was shaking as tears streamed down my face. I ran back to my window and sat on my bed. I wiped the tears away and put on a fake smile and greeted my parents at the door. Things have only gotten worse. I swear every day I saw him ride past my house on his bike and smiled at me. That damn smile. That sickening grin. It makes me sick. After telling me he loved me, he just sat back and laughed as I was harmed. As I've learned now, you should never trust anyone, even if they say they love you, even if they promise to protect you. I told friends. They told me to tell the cops, and they told my ex off. My ex and his friend tried to justify what they did to me. That I was a slut and deserved it. That I was encouraging them by whimpering. That I got away easy. Every day my ex walks past me and smiles. He won't stop. He won't stop taunting me, The torture, it goes on and on and on, and I hate it. I hate my existence. Sometimes when I see him riding by my house, I can see him holding a knife. I don't know what he will do next, but I'm terrified for my life. I can't keep going on, living in fear and pain. Mom, Dad, my brothers, I am so sorry. I love you all. Goodbye.